Hi, I'm Annie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I post weekly web design tips that are easy to follow along. Today I'll show you how to create this design using no code. This website is built on Wix Studio and requires absolutely no JavaScript or CSS. For each of the products in this design, you need a background image, an image with fruits in a circle like this with a transparent background, and a product image with a transparent background. Either work with your client's images, or if you just want to follow along with this tutorial, you can download my exact images linked in the caption. We're starting off in Wix Studio and adding our repeater. The repeater element is great when you want a similar style and effect on multiple items because you just have to apply the style or effect to one column and it applies automatically to all of them. So the repeater element is a major time saver. After I've added the repeater, I just go into the section and add some padding. At first I wasn't sure which look I wanted to go for, that's why I have a few more images in my image library here. As you can see, when I add a background to one of the columns in this repeater, it automatically adds the same image as a background to all the other columns as well. But then you can just go ahead and change the others to a different image. When I've set the background, I just add a new image to one of the columns, and this adds an image to all of the columns. And all the style edits I make are automatically applied to all the columns as well. Now I just have to change to the correct product image in all the columns. In one of the repeater columns, I just run the corners for a little bit more of a softer look. When this link button is selected, all the corners get the same border radius. And then I just change the background color of the column to the same as the one I have in the background of the section. Now I add another image on top of the product image, and this automatically adds an image in all the columns. I make this image as big as I want it on the extended design. So on hover, this is how big I want it to get. And then I add the correct image in each column. Because I want the fruits to appear coming from behind the product, I go into the layers panel and adjust the layers to make the product image be the very top image in the layers. Now for the animation, I make sure to select the outer box. This is because we want the animation to start when the visitor starts to hover over this box. I go into animation effects and adjust the animated element to be the image with the fruits. I select the animation expand and change to into current position because this is how I want it to look on hover. Because I want the fruits to not appear at all on page load, I set scale to 0. Duration is just a preference, but I generally prefer my animations to be a little bit more slow, so I change this to 0.8. I select the repeater column again. I add another hover animation and select animated element to be the product image. To now add an animation to the product with the animation twist. Change to direction left and just adjust the angle to 10. Now I have this really cool interactive website, but how do I make it look good on mobile as well? Well, I'm gonna show you. On a website built on Wix Studio, the hover animations automatically translates into a tap animation like this. So to make this design responsive, all you have to do is go into the mobile view here and this is the default responsive look without any edits. As you can see, it doesn't look terrible, but this is not what we want on mobile. On the section, I adjust the padding to make it smaller. And on the repeater, I just adjust the number of items to 1. Now you have this website with a fun interactive design that looks and works well on all different devices. If you like this design, you should check out my other videos with animated web designs and other interactive website tutorials.